Would you look at that? I remember that. Oh, that thing's cracked, isn't it?
Where's cracked?
Mm-hmm. Get me a light. I'll get a light. There's a light right there. Where? By the gum cutter.
Light.
By the who cutter? Little flashlight right there. Oh. Where's the one that has a magnet on it that seems to have went missing? I don't know. Alright, so that's the gearbox. Did somebody try to weld that? Nope. No,
You're missing
rusty.
a bolt.
Yeah, it's broke off. Alright, so that's easy enough.
New gearbox.
There's nothing wrong with the gearbox. Here, watch yourself here. Why would I need a new gearbox over a broken bolt? You know how you get that out, right? You gotta take the gearbox down. Which isn't too bad to do, I don't think. Well, I'll get the air gun, impact gun, and we'll pop it off there. We'll pop off the plates there. 15/16, because that's got to happen. It just has to happen.
I can't get a view from here. Damn it.
Well, that's your fault. Sure. You be nice.
You be nice, Mr. Kim. You're on video.
Yeah, you're on video.
Evidence. What happened?
Well, there's a plate of steel here.
Cool.
See that plate? And it's bent downward because that bolt there broke off. I remember wrestling with this thing. See that spider in there? See him?
Yeah.
Hiding behind there?
I see it.
I don't like that.
With the nest.
But
Ooh, that looks like a good one. There's white spot on that thing.
Shut up.
Yeah,
there
look.
Is a white spot. He's pissed. Look at him.
Ooh.
Come here.
Dun.
This is an Asian fighting spider.
Now that's actually nothing. That's not poisonous.
He's got 8 eyes.
That's not poisonous.
He's not poisonous, but they jump and they bite. So anyway, so that thing there's got to get taken out. Hey, you know what, Tim? We'll just loosen that gearbox up and we'll put the railroad jack underneath it. And what we'll do is we'll slide another piece of steel up. Look, we'll slide another piece of steel up behind it. And we'll take spray paint and spray through the holes. And then cut holes. And then bolt through. That should give us enough support. But we're gonna have to get that. We're gonna have to get that broken bolt out of there, which shouldn't be too hard. You got a drill? No. You don't have a drill. You know what, Tim? If we just get that, if we were to just get that bolt out of there, and which shouldn't be too difficult. It's only a small bolt. If we drill it and tap it, get it out of there, then we can probably just use those heavy 5/8" washers and put behind there and then weld them.
Sure, I could reach that.
Get another block.
I was just going to put it here.
No, well, it has to go on the bottom. Where were you putting it? No, you got to put it right there. Yeah. Turn it so that it cradles that piece of metal. There you go. Alright. I'm going to have to cut that off when we get 2 of these things because they set in there. And that's what we'll do. But that has to come out. You know what I mean? Yep. Get a centering punch and center that bolt. Okay?
What's a centering punch?
He'll show you. Centering punch. He'll show you. Give a second. Mr. Tim's pretty good at explaining stuff, aren't you? You're really good at explaining stuff, aren't you?
So what are you doing again?
What's that?
What are you doing again?
I'm torching out. I'm actually just heating a 5/8" bolt that broke off inside the gearbox. The reason I'm heating up the 5/8" bolt is because I have a fear that it has been Loctite. And when you Loctite a bolt like this, and it shears off, you actually have to heat it to like 500 degrees to destroy the Loctite, to destroy the bond. So you get it nice and cherry red there, and that should pretty much destroy it. You see all that fire coming out of there?
Smoking.
Oh no, you see the red flame coming out of there?
I see it.
That's the Loctite coming out. So we got that. I think the Loctite is good. I'm going to do that thing. So I've got my little handy dandy trusty dusty easy out here that may or may not work for this. Hey Tim, give me the pneumatic one. Right next to it. Is it there? Oh, yes. Okay. So one thing I hate about the DeWalt electric impact gun is you can't just pull them off. They're just, you gotta have a tool to take them off. It's stupid. Right, Tim? Right, Tim? Right, Tim? My favorite thing to say to Tim. Right, Tim? Right there? Alright, let's see if we get a little more pressure with this guy.
Ah, broke it.
Now we're fucked.
Shit.
Where's the striker? Oh. Give me a striker, will you? So I'm not chasing you for your stupid thing. You ever hear of Plan B?
You said that to me before.
And what is Plan B?
It's a deep drug something.
A what?
It's a something with the drug for the rape or something like that. They take a pill. Now they say they take a pill prescribed for Plan B.
No, Plan B is when you go to the next thing. When one thing doesn't work.
Now, what did you say to me before about Plan B?
That is actually what I told you.
That's what you told me.
Stand back, because life is going to get real sparky.
All right.
It's not making me very happy.
You cooked it now.
Well, I'm down to threads there. Yeah, I cooked it.
You cooked it. Cooked.
You know what? This is starting to agitate me.
Well, when you're in pain and in all that muscle spasm and stuff, you really can't just...
What, are you making stories up?
No. Making stuff? What are you talking about? You're the one who's telling me all this Plan B before.
Okay, so this is what I've got. I guess this has got to be pretty common with these mowers. They go through thousands and thousands of acres, and things start to stress. There's a lot of weight on these 4 bolts. Now, I just got done fighting like Mike Tyson to get that thing out of there. Right, Tim? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right? Anyways, it was a pain in the ass. There was a bolt that had broken off in there. I guess they Loctited them from the factory. I may have Loctited it because I know that I've replaced one of these bolts in here before. I know Timothy did, but I'm pretty sure I Loctited that one on. If they loosen up, the bolts will break, and that's what's happened. This one loosened, it bent. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
Where was it? The jack? No. Anyway, well, you got a battery floating around over here?
No.
Alright, so anyways, these loosened up, it bent these, and then over time of working back and forth, it has caused these stress fractures that you could see there. So these washers are really thick. They came from the New Holland shock hubs for the 1411, 1412 disc binds. And I have an abundance of those things laying around. So I just went ahead and I put longer bolts in there. I've replaced them all. All 4 of them are brand new with these gussets that I'm about to weld on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick weld them with, say, a 6013 or a 6011 rod all the way around, all the way, you know, like around there. I'm going to get it so that it's tight. That won't hurt anything. I can still take the bolts out and drop the gearbox if I have to. And same here. This one here I actually had to drill it out. I think you saw some of it. I twisted off that easy out twice. I did 2 of them. And this one here was just stubborn to put back in. As you can see, I did use never seize, not Loctite, because if you torque them or get them torqued down to the point where they're super tight, they won't back out. But if you Loctite them and they're not tight enough, they'll loosen up anyways. It'll break that bond, and then they'll loosen up, and then you'll have this mess, which I don't like messes. I've dropped the hood, the conditioning hood. It lays there. It tried to kill me actually as it went down. It's very heavy. It has a fracture right there, so I'm going to be you can see that light that goes through it. So I got to weld that. This thing here is not supposed to spin freely, which, I mean, it doesn't, but it just needs to have, I thought there were some tabs that held that, but apparently I'm wrong. I don't know. What's this one do? Yeah, see? That one there doesn't spin. I think there's a bolt that got busted off. But anyways, that shield there, there's a universal joint that goes in there. And you got to grease them. And it's always a good idea to grease them every single time. Not just when you want to. Every single time you've got to part. I guess it's okay to do that. Move back and forth. So I got to grease that thing there, but tomorrow I'm going to weld that. It's like 7 o'clock. I got stung by that bee. My throat feels a little bit swollen, and I'm tired because of the Benadryl. So I think I'm just going to call it a day. You know. I think I'll just sit here. So anyways, like I said, the cutter bar, that's coming. This hood's got to get repaired. Yeah, that thing really hurt me too. But yeah. Anyway, enough is enough. Have a nice night. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for I believe this is going to be part 3. I got a lot of stories I've told in between here, but I got welding to do. Obviously, I've welded that at one time. There's a lot of stress there. I've welded here. I know there's a fracture right there. I'm going to grind that out and dig in with, say, a 6011 and get that one going. Yeah, so this mower will be back in the field like it needs to be pretty soon, right, Tim? Right. All right, thanks again.